Hi, everyone, and welcome to our recording to chat and entice you to our Aruba retreat. It will be hosted uh, by me, Rebecca Woods, the founder of Bluebird Leaders, and our co-host, Miss Dawn Whitney. I can't wait to be with you in Aruba.
Me too.
Welcome. So we wanted to talk to everybody about the retreat, explain some logistics, and then also talk about some of the topics and where you can find the list of topics as well. So I am going to share my screen real quick. If you have not been to Aruba, this is Aruba. You will fly in to the airport right here. And then we are just a short drive away down in Nord. And so a couple things with Aruba and logistics is we will be about a little more than a football field away from the Marriott Stellaris Casino. And so if I zoom in, um, if I keep going, here we go. The Marriott is right here, and there's a traffic circle. And so our outdoor learning experience is maybe a tenth of a mile down the street. So right near these Sandcastle Beach apartments. And we'll be there for the duration of the event. The agenda is as follows. So we, on the first day, we'll start with a cocktail hour and a get together. If you're coming with your friends and families or partners, there is a pool. The kids swam in the pool last year and the adults had uh, adult beverages. The second day, we are going to be again at the house from roughly 9 to 3. We have a chef the entire time, and he makes amazing food. Tim, our photographer, will tell you that he had the croissants laid out in the sun last year, rising before they got
Oh,
baked.
wow.
That was super yummy. We'll be there going through our agenda items. On that second night, we will all get on a catamaran tour for a sunset cruise, and then we'll come back to the house for dinner. And then on the third day, we'll have breakfast and lunch, and in between, we'll have our sessions that we choose to have. In terms of getting around the island, it's probably best to rent a car or share a car with somebody. There's not a lot of Ubers, so that is a little bit difficult. You can get a taxi if you're going to stay at the local hotel and then just walk to the outdoor experience that we'll be having in the retreat. So another item to add is that the hotels can be rather expensive, and there's tons of wonderful Airbnbs in Aruba. There are a couple of women talking about sharing a room or a hotel or house. So if you are interested in sharing, please let us know. And I think that's all for logistics. Did I miss anything, Don?
No, I think that's great. How far is it from the Marriott? Like, so for example, I have points. If I wanted to stay at the Marriott, could I
Yeah.
walk? Could I walk pretty easily to
Yep.
the house? Okay,
Absolutely. And there's a
great.
sidewalk the whole time. So the Marriott is right here. You just go to the traffic circle, head down this road, and Sean's house is, about here roughly.
Oh, wow. Great.
So right there on that road. So yep, you can use points. The Marriott's there, the Ritz there is there. There's a Hyatt not too far away and a Holiday Inn. I think the Holiday Inn is all inclusive, but don't hold me to that. And then there is also how do you pronounce it? It's RUI, that hotel chain. Some of it is just
Rue?
adults only, the Rue. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a bunch of hotel chains. If you're there at a hotel, I do have I know a few people that are coming and renting cars, so we can, swing by and pick you up and um
Great.
yeah. So yeah, there's that. The food will be
Great.
amazing. If you have any allergies, let us know in advance. The chef can help with all of that. One more thing to point out that if you go to the Bluebird Leaders website and click on Aruba 2025, our whole page is here. You can purchase your ticket. you can become a sponsor. And now our new agenda in detail, we do have our 8 sort of bullet points, but our agenda in detail is here. And it will look something like this. It's a PDF, and it goes through a little bit of the agenda and then our topics here. So Dawn, I don't know, over to you. Do you want to talk about any of the 8 topics in a high level? We know people can jump over and read them more in detail, but
Yeah.
which one's burning you to tell everybody about?
Boy, there's so many that are just really great topics that we chose. And all of them, I think, you tell me what you think on this, Rebecca, are not only personal growth topics, but they all parlay into our professional world. For example, we have the collaborative solutions, and that's all about navigating conflict with confidence, something that nobody ever really likes to talk about. We kind of tend to push it off to the side and avoid it, or sometimes maybe we unknowingly create issues with, some kind of conflict that could happen in our home life or our work life. So this is going to be a really good one to work through. Of course, I love the emotional freedom technique. We had a little snapshot
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
of the event in Atlanta, and we just heard such great feedback on that one. And I've been getting notes from people who are doing it. They're using it. They're also doing it with their children. So I'm really excited to tap into that one.
Yeah,
No pun
we'll have to
intended.
do that one on like a like an end part so that the people that bring their kids, they can come in for the last few minutes and learn as well.
Ooh,
I know I have 2 littles that would soak it up, and Tim, our photographer, actually has 2 littles as well, and anybody else that brings
ooh.
their kids, it would be great.
Yeah, they're teaching it in schools now. They're starting to implement it in schools to help reduce anxiety, and it just works wonders. And there's a little bit of a modified uh, method around doing it with children.
Okay,
So we'll do both, but
okay,
I'm really excited about that. Of course,
awesome.
I'm really excited to talk about imposter syndrome. It's one of my favorite things to talk about next to
So great,
fear.
right? Yep. Yep.
And I have some really great content from some trainings that I've done over the years around this. And I was talking to a candidate yesterday who is potentially going to be a coaching client. And she was telling me, I just need to get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it. And I was like,
Mhm.
listen, here's the deal. You're
Yeah,
not going to be able to get rid of it. We're
yeah.
just going to
Never
manage.
really goes away, right?
Yeah, we're going to just manage through it. And there's some techniques that work really well. And I want to make sure you have them. And so that's a good one. And then, of course, my favorite is the growth and fixed mindset and talking about how we break through the barriers of fear. And that one really resonated at the Bluebird event in
Yeah,
Atlanta. And people are still talking about it
yeah,
because we all have this fear of whatever it is. So
right.
we're going to figure out how to get through that. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, for me, I can't wait for the topic around, nonverbal communication
Oh,
and,
yes.
enhancing your leadership by watching that nonverbal and the subtle cues that um employees or other peers might be giving to you well before anything becomes a problem or blows up or and just knowing and trying to sort of pause and recognize that everybody's got something going on behind the curtain and being
Mhm.
to maybe not help them through that, but recognize it and approach things in a different manner, right?
Yeah, you know what? There's an author. I think her name is Vanessa Van Edwards. Have you heard of this lady?
No.
She has a book called Cues, and I read it
Oh,
and
please
a
no.
while ago. Yeah,
Yes.
check it out. And it's all around this, what you're going to be talking about, but it's
Yeah.
very specific in terms of the nonverbal cues. And it's so fascinating.
Yeah.
And when I read it, I even things like this, like when you're doing a presentation,
Yeah.
they talk about how you need to have your hands showing, which is
Yeah.
great because I'm Italian. I'm always like this. If your hands are not showing and you're on something like this,
Yeah.
you're suspicious.
Yeah.
You're perceived as suspicious. Did you know that?
Yeah. No, I've done some studies. The funny thing is I'm a wicked fidget, and so when my
Yes.
hands aren't flying, which mine do as well, but I'm not Italian, I'm usually fidgeting with my hair elastic and, spinning it around, like, to listen. I have to have something to sort of fidget with, so,
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
mean,
gonna
I
be a
think
good
those
topic.
I just went, for a walk today, with a brilliant, gentleman, and he and I were talking about how you can tell if either a sale is gonna go through or you're going to get your project approved or finance it or whatever well before, months before, just by being able to watch those nonverbal cues of the individuals in the in the room. Um, and then you can also tell by watching them who you need to persuade a little bit more to you know, jump in the car with you, right?
Oh, I love that. And we're doing one together. I think we're leading a workshop. Which one is that? Is that the
That's the silent language, enhancing leadership through body language and subtle cues.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing that one together? Okay. I thought it was a different one, but yeah, this
Oh, it
is going
might
to
be
be
a different
great.
one. Yeah,
I
that
think tell me about Sean. He's doing
we'll
one,
figure
right?
it out. We'll figure it out. So Sean, Walsh is, our house host, right? And everything
Mhm.
is at his house. He's created this amazing outdoor, learning experience. He hosts these, events with his own, peer groups, and so he'll have a topic for us, as well. And, he was there
Great.
last year and his wife came and they sat through almost the entire thing, and they actually it's funny, right? They typically have their peer groups around MSPs,
Okay.
and people that, do a lot of infrastructure. So almost it's all men, for the most part that go, and they're like, "Wow, what a difference it is to have a group of all females here," right? And so they love being part of the experience, and so he's going to be talking as well. Another one that I, am excited to talk about, Dawn, is the balancing act and strategy for work-life integration and how it's changed so much in this remote world, right? I was
Yes.
just talking to my daughter, I kid you not, today, and she's like, dropped, the little one off at school, and as we're pulling away, the older one goes, "Mommy, Mr. Smith," yeah, I forget his last name, is always dressed up. He's always in a tie, everything for school drop off. And I looked at her and I was like, "Isn't that sad?" I was like, because I enjoy my remote work. Love what I do. And
Yes.
people might think it's a little bit crazy because I did a 2-mile walk this morning out in the woods with my puppy and stuff, but then later today, as my dancer is gonna go dance, I will work for 3 hours from 5 to 8 o'clock at night, and that's just how I manage
All
the
the things.
all of it, right?
Hmm.
I am so passionate and love so much what I do that a lot of people think that my schedule is nuts, and maybe it is, but, but I love what I do. So for me, it's my passion and my work, and so although I'm still trying to get my mom to understand that I can't have lunch with her every day because even though
Oh,
I work from home, I'm still, like, working.
I know. I know. My mom's the same. She'll call me in the middle of the day and want to just chat.
Yeah.
And I would love to talk to her, but I'm like, Mom, I'm going to have to schedule you in between this time. Here's my Calendly link. I'm
Yes.
trying to manage my schedule
Right.
better.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get
It's
it.
it
That's
it
going to
just
be a great topic.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it is crazy. And I think we'll have some really fun stories to talk and bring up and laugh about, to the point where, I'm hitting mute while I'm on conference calls in the car, driving kids around, feeding them, getting them to sports while one's getting a leotard on, maintaining her buckle in the car seat as I'm muting, telling them to shut up, like it's crazy, right? This is our life.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
So, because I wasn't at this event last year,
Yeah.
What are some of the key takeaways that you heard from the attendees that were there about this experience? Because it is a really unique experience. So I've been to yoga retreats
Yeah,
where it's just yoga.
yeah.
And then I've been to business retreats where it's all business and nothing else. But this is such a beautiful blend.
Isn't
So,
it fun?
what kind of feedback have you received?
It's fun to mix it, right? And so if you were at
Hmm.
SOAR, it's a little bit more, like it's like that, only we're
Okay.
in Aruba, right? So that's beautiful as it is.
Yes.
We are there to, um, bring our authentic selves and feel relaxed so that we can open and start to have some real conversations with friends that you will have for your rest of your life. We still have an Aruba group chat from last year, and we still like, it's still going.
Oh, I love it.
So we have that. We also, I think, not having the suits and all of that, sort of peels back parts of the onion. And so I've joked with people, they're like, "What do I wear to Aruba?" I'm like, "Well, if you wear a suit, I'm gonna throw you in the pool because flip-flops are required."
Yes.
And, yoga pants and just wear, like, what makes you comfortable so that you can bring your best self, uh, and open up and, again, have the friends for life, but really take care of yourself
Yes.
and be thinking about the business at the same time. Like, this is possible. I know it's mind-blowing to a lot of people, especially with SOAR, coming out of SOAR. They're like, "Oh, you can have a fitness and yoga in the morning and then do business after." Like, yeah,
Hmm.
possible. I do
Yes.
it every day. Right.
Yes.
And so this is the same, only, we'll have our feet in the sand. It's a
I
little, yeah,
love this.
yeah,
Well, and I was talking to a potential client yesterday, and she was telling me, I was telling her about bluebirds, and I just connected the two of you.
yeah.
But we were talking, and she said, I don't have a circle of women
Oh,
professional friends.
hurts
I
my
have
heart.
women friends, but I don't have a really strong circle of professional women that I can reach out to and say, hey, have you ever experienced this?
Yeah,
Hey, here's what's going on with me. And, she's probably, I mean, she's got to be, I mean, she's probably younger than I am, but she's got to be in her late 40s. And I thought to myself, wow, this is such a sad situation that
yeah,
we have to immediately correct.
right.
And I would imagine some of the people that I know are coming to this event are so empowering already in their own self.
Yeah,
They're going to be people that will be board of director members of other women's, advisory
right.
board
Yeah,
that really desperately need it. And so like you said, you're going to come out of this with friends for life and professional women
yep.
understand what you're going through.
Right. And not only know what you're going through, but also know your business. So the referrals
Yes.
coming out of it are countless. And the business, quote unquote deals coming out of it, you know, are, unstoppable. I
Yes.
already know of a bunch that have already happened from last year and from the SOAR conferences as well. So, yeah, a lot of phone a friends. And if you meet somebody in Aruba and they find out more of what you do, then they have 10 more people to line you up to. And it just sort of trickles out,
It's
like
so
domino
true.
effect. Domino.
It's so true. Well, you've been such a supporter of my business, and the people that you've passed to me are just salt of the earth, the best people ever. So, I mean, I can't even thank you enough for that. So, of course, I want to help you and I want to help your passion, your vision with your new company that you just launched too,
Yeah.
which is
Me too.
exciting.
Yes.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
love this.
again, this is how it works, right? Friends for life and just keep referring and helping each other, but also on a personal level, right? We have joked at SOAR that we have off the record text conversations that are personal, and then we also do business together. So
That's
yeah, I
true.
mean, that's what it's all about. And we can't wait to have everybody in Aruba in February. We have 15 tickets left, and we will see you there.
Yay. Can't wait.